So today I'm gonna share my daily routine, what it's like when I wake up in the morning, and every other thing that happens in between, and etc. If you want to watch more, subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell so you get notified each time I post a video. The first thing I do when I wake up in the morning, well, I don't really have a particular time of waking up. I can wake up at 7, I can wake up at 6, I can wake up at 8, I can wake up at 9. It depends on my plan for that day and how much work I've had, or how much progress I've had the previous day. For example, if I'm working into the midnight the previous day, it's slightly may make me to wake up early or wake up late, depending on my level of tiredness. I mean, these things actually vary because you can't cheat nature. That's the thing, is that you cannot cheat nature. No matter how late I sleep and wake up so early, the next week is gonna come for me. So sometimes I wake up at 7, 8, or 9, or 6. And so, but anytime I wake up, I make sure that I have a list of activities planned for that day. For example, if I am going to write content for that day, if I'm going to do a specific task, if I'm going to work on some series of tasks for a client, I have lists of things. I write it down. If I don't do that in the day I wake up, I do that the previous night before I wake up, so that whenever I wake up, I have an idea of what I'm going to work on. And because I'm also studying online, I have to do my assignment, I need to meet up with my lessons, I need to check out my chat, I need to check if people are booking meeting or calls, I need to see all those things. So I literally have a tracker. And recently, I'm not going to tell you that I have this perfect tracking system that I use. I don't. I follow things just the way it is, the way it comes sometimes, because I've already mastered how I work. I've mastered the kind of things I can do. And for example, if I do less work this week, trust me, next week is gonna be back to back, because I want to complete, I want to make up for what I didn't really do last week. So if I was resting this week, doing less work, next week is gonna be back to back work and all that. So that's just typical me. I hate to stay idle. I don't like to be in a place that is boring and not have anything to do. So that's why I'm always busy with tasks, because I want to be productive. And at the end of the day, I'm always productive. And that's what I really love about me, because I strive to be productive, even if it's one thing that I can really account for. And there are people that, even if they have a list of activities, like you have a hierarchy of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're not even able to finish up to 3 or up to 5, you start to complain. If you were productive, if you completed a particular project and you completed it successfully, you have been productive. And one thing that keeps me productive is time. I keep my time. I have a tracker. I set my alarm. If I have a particular project to do at 2, at 12, at 1, at 3, I set an alarm to be able to have a reminder. Or even, let's say, 30 minutes before the alarm rings. Okay, the alarm could say 30 minutes, meeting with so and so person in 30, project in 30, this in 1 hour. So I have the description and the time for each project. That helps me to stay up to date and help me to track which particular one comes with this. But at some time, I kind of like got used to most of my activities. So I don't really have to set alarm for everything, because I've mastered the time. So when you are beginning to plan yourself, to plan your day, you need to keep track until you have mastered that. Okay, I need to make a phone call at this time, I need to do this project at this time. These kind of things are kind of like reoccurring activities or recurring tasks, where you know exactly that at 6 I'm going to be doing this, at 8 I'm going to be doing this. But for some things like meetings that people scheduled, you have to set a timer for those things, because it varies, depends on the time the person scheduled the meeting with you. So when I do all these things, I start my activities and I keep my phone on DND, do not disturb, because I don't want to be doing this and doing that at the same time. It's going to be making me less productive, unproductive. Is that even correct? Unproductive. Let me know. Unproductive. So I have to set my phone on do not disturb mode, and just pretty much it. And I start to do my work, and at some point, like a few of my friends have advised me, hey Precious, you have to forget about the screen after like a few hours. You need to distract yourself and don't look at the screen for too long. Distract yourself, do this, do that. But typical me, if I have a break, I'm either watching a video or watching my videos on YouTube, or I'm seeing a movie. Currently, I'm seeing a movie called Manifest. It's so interesting, but it's kind of like, I don't know, I just love the movie. I was watching Dynasty before and I've finished the episode, and now it's Manifest. Now, I'm not a movie freak, but that's actually like a distraction. And sometimes when I'm watching the video or movies, I start to get this kind of idea start to come in, and I'm like, okay, let me write it down. That's what happens when I start to watch movie or I go out to somewhere to just distract myself. Ideas start to come in, so I still pen them down or write them down and plan on what to do or how to probably, if it's a project of this year, next month, next week, I have them all. So I talked about how I plan my day. I have a list, and I talked about how I keep track of activities. I have an alarm, and the next thing is about how, well, I'm not going to tell you how I eat because everybody have different ways of eating, and sometimes I eat earlier, sometimes I eat very late, and so that one is just pretty much. Sometimes people ask me, how about your social life? How do you do this? Well, I have a social life, but I'm not really that extroverted person. Recently, I thought I was an introvert, but recently I started to think like I'm an extrovert, or let's say I'm an ambivert. But I don't know. It just sometimes I feel like I want to hang out. Sometimes I feel like I want to just be by myself. I want to be inside because I'm too focused. I want to do this thing. I want to get things done. And if I don't get it done, I'm not going to rest. I'm not going to be at peace. I want to get that thing done. So after I'm done, okay, fine, we can hang out. So, well, everybody have their separate ways of doing things. Mine is different. My eating pattern is different. Yours might be different, and that's just pretty much it. And I make sure that at least I rest in between tasks and distract myself a little bit, and I could check out my phone to see what's happening for like a minute or two, go back to work because I have things to do. I need to complete them, and I avoid WhatsApp chat a lot. That's why some of you, if you're my WhatsApp, if you have my WhatsApp number, I might not reply chat for like day or two or three because I'm not intentionally doing that. It's because I have a lot of projects I need to finish up and I have a lot of things to do, so I can't sit down and be chatting just like that. It's yes. That's me. When I'm done, I could go back to clear all my chats and look at things that are happening. So this is just me, except there are some important urgent meetings. So but what I do in terms of tasks is that I have kind of like a hierarchy of them, how I position them. I have these urgent ones, I have the ones that are not urgent, I have the ones that require me to set an alarm, I have the ones that don't require me to set an alarm. And well, some people talk about accountability partners. I don't really believe in that thing for 100%. I don't really believe in having an accountability partner for me because it's going to serve more as a distraction rather than being accountable, and I won't really have time to focus. Every time it's just going to be chat, talk, hello, how are you, what have you done, this, that. I'm not really that kind of person. Well, it works for some people when it comes to accountability, but for me it doesn't really work for me that much. So I just kind of like, I have a coach and I have a mentor and I have my advisor, my personal advisor that I talk to. I share things with, okay, how can I do this, and the idea starts coming, okay, I can do it this other way around, I can figure it out this way. It's better for me. A coach, a mentor, an advisor. Well, I want to learn British English. Anyways, that's just it. That's how my day is. It's not that rigid, it's not that flexible, it's just there. And sometimes I can be so strict when it comes to responding to calls, even if it's not that important. I can schedule it to the end of the day until I'm done. So that's pretty much it. And I have snack in between work or task. I snack a lot. I'm a junkie. My God, why did I say that? I'm a junkie. Oh, okay. Well, I love to eat snacks sometimes, but not all the time. I know junks are not really that healthy, but I do eat healthy junks. Healthy nuts, biscuits, some fruit drinks, and the rest of them. So it's pretty much a little thing about how. And today I'm rocking my natural hair. Just want to allow my hair to breathe, to breathe. So my name is Precious Kalu, and I'm just trying to like talk to you about how my typical day is. The days that I don't really have much things to do. Some days that are really crazy. I might not follow every single detail. I do things the way I want it to be so that it's going to accommodate my busy schedule. But the normal days are like this. I can only share what works for me. So if you want to like model my strategies, you need to first of all start with the little things. Maybe from the timing, from the project management, from having a coach or a mentor, or if you think accountability partner works for you, you can do your thing. Figure out what works for you and just do it. So you need to understand that what works for me might not work for you. So figure out what actually works for you. That is how you're going to be productive. That's how you're going to do things the right way and get productive. Because if you want to copy someone else's daily routine, it works for some people because life has a way of doing some kind of miraculous thing. But you need to figure out what can you take from that person's lessons that will help you. But at the same time, you are not that person. So figure out exactly, maybe I love to set an alarm and you don't like to set an alarm, but you still do your thing and you're still productive. That's you. You are different. And maybe you love to eat at 6 a.m. I don't ever eat at 6 a.m. So I'm different and you are different, right? So what works for you is going to be different from what works for me. So get things straight, have a coach. If you want to have an accountability partner and you think, okay, it's going to work for you, no problem. For me, it doesn't work for me. So that's where we are different. That's where we have different, unique ways of life and doing things. And because we are different, even identical twins are different. They have different characteristics. I feel like I want to talk about the difference between being a remote worker and working 9 to 5 in the office. So because I work remotely and there are so many misconceptions, there are so many things that people always get confused about when it comes to working remotely and working in the office. There are several advantages and disadvantages between both. And let's see, I might talk about it in my next video. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, kindly subscribe right now and click on the notification bell so you get notified when I upload a video. Take care of yourself and stay tuned for my next video. Bye.